with a name like Ken Duncan, obviously I've got some Scottish heritage in there somewhere. So I was pretty excited to get over to Scotland and also to England and the UK to do a bit of shooting over there. And when I was over there, I met up with this guy who we'll just call Nigel for this story, because we better not use his real name. But he was a lovely enough guy, but he was very stressed out, you know, he's very stressful. And sometimes it's very hard to be around those sort of people, because they sort of have this, they attract stressful situations around them. But anyhow, he was driving me around, and one morning we were rushing to get to Eilean Donan Castle to photograph it. And we're flying along on in this little car of his, and I'm saying, slow down, you know, because, you know, watch out, because there's deer and things like that. And he said, oh, I'm okay, I've got this totally under control. I'm saying, mate, you know, it's not worth it, you know, just be careful. And no, she's right, and boom, off we go. And all of a sudden, boom, we hit this deer that's running across the road, and bang off the car. And the poor deer, you know, it's like down there on the side of the road, and this guy gets out and he's yelling at the deer. I mean, it wasn't the deer's fault. He's trying to, you know, yell at the deer. I'm saying, man, it's not the deer's fault. I told you to slow down. Oh, look what he's done to my car. And finally, you know, we get the car going again, and there's got a dent in it, and he's all upset. And, you know, thank God that the deer was able to get away. And off we go, and we finally go to this place and get this shot. Now, this guy is still upset and carrying on about this deer and all this sort of stuff. And so we got that shot, and then off we went from there, and we decided to drive all the way down to the other end of England to get down to Stonehenge, because I'd always wanted to photograph that. So we got there just in time to get down there to take some photographs. And when we got there, I found out that you have to have a permission, some special permission, to be able to take photos. And I spoke to the guard, because this was after hours, after they'd closed it down, and he said, no, you can't just come in here because you need special permission. And the thing is that with my panoramic camera, I needed to get closer. And I said, look, excuse me, sir, I come from Australia, I don't know about all these regulations. Is there any way you could just help me, you know? I'll just over the fence just a little bit so I can get a bit closer. And he said, you know, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to let you do it. And so I, you know, was able to get over the fence. And then all of a sudden this friend who was with me said, oh, I want to come too. And the guy looked at him and said, listen here, mate, you're not allowed to come over here. You stay the other side of the fence. And he's getting all upset, and I'm saying, okay, sorry, sir. And anyhow, I went and took the photo. So I got this wonderful photo. To me, I really love it, because it was just a magical situation. And then when I came back over the fence, this person I was travelling with said to me, it's not fair. How come you got to get over the fence and I wasn't allowed to get over the fence, you know? And I thought, it's time for me to tell this guy. And I just said, listen, mate, the reason you didn't get over the fence is because you're so unhappy and so stressed out that people pick that stress up in you. If you've got that, of course he's not going to let you get over the fence, because, man, when you've got that energy, people radiate, they sense it. And he said, ooh. And I said, look, that's the reality, you know. So I said, you know, it wasn't the deer's fault. It was your fault. You didn't listen. And I said, lighten up. Life's not worth all the stress. Life's an adventure, not a worry. And so in the whole event, that friend of mine did learn something. In the end, he said, you know, I'm really sorry. And you're so true, you know. And he says, now I've let go of that whole thing. You know, now I feel that peace return. So you have to have this peace, I believe, to get those opportunities to be allowed to take some of these incredible photos. So remember, if you're feeling stressed out, chill out and get back to feeling what's happening.